There were new crackdowns on those campus protests against the war in Gaza. In Oregon, police cleared an occupied library at Portland State University. New video shows damage inside the building, including graffiti. Earlier, President Biden had some sharp criticism of the demonstrations just hours after officers cleared a protest camp at UCLA. Jonathan Vigliotti is there for us today. Jonathan, good morning.
And good morning to you, Vlad. It's hard to believe that just 24 hours ago, you had this chaotic standoff unfolding behind me. This morning, the chancellor now facing calls to step down after making the decision to call in law enforcement. Across the country, campuses are struggling to support free speech while protecting students and staff.
Protesters with makeshift armor ran from the Portland State University library into dozens of police surrounding the area as officers cleared out a days-long occupation Thursday. Outside, tense clashes as authorities threw protesters to the ground and arrested several. At one point, a car drove into a group who pelted it with objects before the driver sprayed something out the window and ran away. Cleanup is underway on UCLA's campus after chaos erupted early Thursday when officers in riot gear tore down the protester encampment.
They were shooting flash grenades over the heads of these students.
Associate Professor Graham Blair was among the 210 people arrested.
They violently threw protesters from inside the encampment to outside the encampment, and I saw bodies flying through the air. There's no other way to describe it.
In New York, newly released police body camera footage shows officers at Columbia University cutting their way through barricades after the school called in the NYPD to clear protesters from the campus. The NYPD tells CBS News that during that sweep, an officer accidentally fired their gun inside the hall Tuesday, but no one was injured.
When nonviolent protest is met with violent repression, it really does move public opinion and even voting behavior.
Omar Wasu has studied the impact of protests for about 20 years.
If the police use heavy-handed tactics, it sort of ignites a larger movement. At the same time, when protesters are perceived to use extreme tactics, that can lead to both disapproval and legitimize the more forceful response by the police.
And several universities say it's bad actors that are sparking the violence. In New York City, Mayor Adams confirming 30% of those arrested at Columbia University had no affiliation to the school. Back here at UCLA, we do not know the identities of all of the 210 people that were arrested, but Jerika, many of them were students and in some cases, faculty members.
All right, Jonathan Vigliotti, thank you.